Hey guys, sorry about the entirely awful lighting. I am winding down to watch some TV. And I wanted to give my first update though because I finished the Diabolic. And I was pretty impressed with that story. At first, I didn't think I was going to be. I really thought there was going to be some subject matter that was a little for me. But it turns out that that's not the case. And I really liked watching the character interactions in the story. It was really, really good. And I'm very excited to continue the series, so I might be picking up the next one pretty soon. I do need to go ahead and finish the Ember in the Ashes quartet. I need to read book 3 and 4, so I might do that sometime soon as well. Now for the big update. I am 240 pages into Valor, and I know what happened. I'm very, very excited to be actually reading this, able to read this. It is very good so far. There's a lot going on, a lot to keep up with. I am not surprised that my ADHD brain could not keep up with this because I'm having a hard time as it is, even on normal brain week. But it's very good. I'm really enjoying John Gwen's writing. I am trying very, very hard not to start Project Hail Mary. It is eating at me a little bit, just begging to be read. But I do want to start the Black Coast and make some progress on that because it does release very soon. And then Theft of Swords is the only other TBR 10 book that I have left besides Valor. I might end up picking up something else between Valor and Theft of Swords, but we'll have to see how that goes because we're coming up to the end of the month and it's my birthday on the 28th and I'm very excited. I don't know why I'm excited because I have no plans. I'm just hoping for bunches of books and that's about it. I live a very exciting life. Very, very exciting. Oh, and I have started watching Arrow for the first time. Well, I say for the first time. I tried to watch it whenever it was first airing, but I don't have the patience to sit through commercials, so I had to wait for it to release to Netflix. And I know it's been on Netflix for a while, but I just haven't actually sat down and watched it yet. I do love John Barrowman, so the fact that he is villainous in Arrow just makes my day. And that's it. Life is pretty boring right now. So I'll see you guys in my next vlog. Bye. I'm at the used bookstore. I have lots of credit. Look at what I found. I am very, very happy. I will show you guys a haul when I get home. But yay! Hey guys, in my last clip you guys saw that I was at the bookstore. And if you guys have been following me on Twitter, you guys will know that my husband knocked it out of the park in the books that he bought me. So I'm gonna have a haul video, but I want to go ahead and show you guys what I got at the bookstore. And then I will probably do another haul and do all of the books that I got for my birthday. But I went to the buy sell trade and I took a lot of books back. You guys saw in my library video that I had a lot to take back. And so I had a lot of credit and I got a lot of books. And I spent $20. I am sorry to you guys in the UK who do not have buy-sell trade stores. That sucks so much. But I want to show you what I got for 20 bucks because I blew my own mind here. So the first book that I picked up is actually going to be next month's Shelf Space Discord Book of the Month, and that is Fate of the Fallen by Kincaid. And look, it's a Book of the Month book. And I'm totally excited about this. And like I said, I will be doing a haul, so I will tell you guys what all of these books are about if you don't know in my haul video. But I wanted to show you guys what 20 bucks can get you. The Left Hand of God by Paul Hoffman. I have heard this talked about recently. Don't remember where, but when I saw it, I was like, someone was talking about this. I should probably pick it up. And so you guys will see stickers with prices on them, but I don't pay that for them because of my trade credit that I get. So basically I pay $1 for every book that I get, and then the trade credit goes to the rest of the book price. And Across the Nightingale Floor, I found a hard copy of this. I loved this book when I read it for my Pop Sugar Challenge last year. It's so cute, so good, and the mythology and the legends that are explored in this, the setting, so good, so good. So I was very excited to find a hard copy of this. Now this one I'm going to blame shelf space, and particularly, actually I have two in here that I'm going to blame Alan from the Library of Alexandria. I'm blaming him for these purchases. But a Shadow in Summer. Lordy, I'm getting tongue-tied. This is the first book in the Long Price Quartet, which Alan is going absolutely nuts over, and so I went ahead and picked it up. Very excited to get to these. Also, the other one I can blame Alan for, Trader's Blade. I found this copy of it and I was like, oh dang, that's a nice hardback. I gotta get some of this off of here, but that is a nice hardback. Okay, these next two, I didn't know anything about them, but the covers were so dang cool. Look at these. Look. I have heard good things about Elizabeth Bear. I just haven't read anything by her. They're so pretty. And for $1, how do you pass up something that's pretty? Like, amazing. Amazing. I'll figure out what they're about before I do my haul so I can tell you guys what they're about. Okay, another that has been talked about a lot recently on BookTube. The Forgetting Moon. Oh, I'm excited to read this one. It is a thick boy. Thick boy. I do know that this features a lot of sexism, so I'm hoping it's not so much that I can't handle it, but very excited to have this in my hands. And oh, look at that. Look. Okay. And I picked up this book. I haven't heard anything about it, but it's Adrian Tchaikovsky, so I figured might as well try it. It looks good. The cover is awesome. Again, I will figure out what this is about before I do my haul so I can talk to you guys about it. But if you guys have read this, let me know what you think about it, because I'm very intrigued. Very, very intrigued. Okay, this is a book that actually comes up a lot on my recommended for you, whether it be Goodreads or, you know, whatever website I'm on, Amazon. What's the other one that is really popular now that everybody's leaving Goodreads to go to it? I can't think of it right now, but just one damn thing after another. I have heard very good things about this, and I've heard that if you like The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter, that you will like this. It's very cheeky, as that one is. And so I'm very, very interested to find out if I like this one. And then I have the second book of the Magicians trilogy. I still need to read the first one, but why not buy the second one with $1? I mean, okay, and this one just sounded really cool. 6 islands float high above the endless ocean where humanity's final remnants are locked in a brutal civil war. Their parents slain in battle, twins Kale and Brenna Skyborn are trained to be Seraphim's elite soldiers of aerial combat who wield elements of ice, fire, stone, and lightning. When the invasion comes, they will take to the skies and claim their vengeance. I have never heard of this book, but I picked it up because look at the cover. That is such a cool cover. And it's called Skyborn. And I need to read the other trilogy that I have of his. And I can't think of the name of it. I don't remember, but I'm excited for this one. Okay, and these I'm excited for. I know they're mass market paperback, but I have been looking for these books for a very long time, and I happened to find the first 3, and they are Anne Bishop's Black Jewels series, because it is now a series. This is the first 3, the initial trilogy, and I'm super excited because I read Daughter of the Blood a long time ago, and I loved it. And her Others series is now one of my favorites. And I remember that this one was so good, and I don't know why I didn't continue with it, but I'm very excited to have this again. I will be doing a reread of the first one and continuing on with the trilogy. But there are also more after this that are set in this world, and so I'm dying to read this one. Like, I can't wait for this. All right, and then this is an author that I have read before, and I have to say, I really enjoy her writing. Her endings, though, they kill me. I still end up reading her books, but The Winter People, I hated the ending of that book, but I still keep trying her because the rest of the book is so good. Like, I don't want to just give up on her, like, her writing, because I'm like, you will eventually land the ending. You'll stick it. It'll happen. So I got Burned Down by Jennifer McMahon, and it's short, which most of hers are pretty short to begin with, but I've been wanting to read this for a little while. Like I said, I keep going back because their writing is good. Let's just stick the landing. Like, come on now. Okay, and if you guys followed me on Twitter, you will see that my husband got me the first book in the Queens of Renthia series. And while I was at the buy-sell trade, I came across the third one. Now, we also know, if you watched my library video, I have a problem with not buying the second book in a series. I don't know why that happens, or second book in a trilogy. This is why. I find the third one at the buy-sell trade, and then I buy the first one, and for some reason never get around to buying the second one. But very, very excited to have this book now and have the first one and get started on this trilogy, because I've heard nothing but good things about Sarah Beth Durst, and I just need to read her books. And I do have The Bone Maker for an arc, so I need to get to that one too. Currently working on The Black Coast by Mike Brooks, but I need to get there. Okay, and this one, my books just fell over. This one, I happened to see the spine and was very, very intrigued. Plus, it was right by my Jennifer McMahon, if you can't tell. And then I saw the cover. And I want to say that this is a cover buy, but no, I opened up the book to look at what it was about, and it looks like it's about Frankenstein's daughter. So I'm very, very intrigued that this sounds like a retelling of the Frankenstein tale. Like, that's the premise of it. So I will talk more about it in my haul, obviously. But those are the books that I picked up today, and I'm so excited. Okay, now for an update on my reading. So I'm going to continue this vlog through the weekend, but my birthday is on Sunday, so I don't know that I will actually be reading much on Sunday. I don't know what my family has planned for me. And my husband usually likes to take me out to eat, stuff like that. But with COVID and all of that stuff, I don't really know what we're going to do or if he's going to make me dinner. He can cook. But I'm going to extend the vlog through the weekend because Valor is putting me into a slump. And it's not because I'm not enjoying it. It is because the large cast of characters keeps throwing me for a loop. And I keep having to set it down. I do want to start Theft of Swords, but I don't want to start it until I finish Valor because I don't like reading two big fantasy series like next to each other at the same time. Which is why I put off reading Valor before, because I'm also doing the Sanderson read-along and I don't want to be reading those at the same time either. So I did download the next book in the Anne Bishop's Others series, and I was thinking there were 4 books in that, but there are 5, so there's 2 more that I need to read. And so I'm on the 4th book, and I will probably go ahead and listen to that until I feel like I can pick up Valor again. And then we will see how far I get in Valor. However, Theft of Swords is not coming off of my TBR. There's no way it's coming off of my TBR. 1, it's on my Pop Sugar reading challenge. 2, I have been dying to read it. And 3, even if I don't get to it in February, I'm going to be reading it in March. So, I mean, I'm very, very excited to be reading Theft of Swords. And I'm very excited to be reading Valor. It's just, Valor is taking a lot out of me. And I love John Gwynn's writing. It's just the huge cast of characters that keeps throwing me. And I will be like, to get to a certain point where I'm just lost. And then I'm like, okay, time to assess what has happened and go back and put names to characters, like, because there's actually a codex in the copy that I have of Valor of who's who, and then get my brain wrapped around it and then continue on. So this is why I don't like books with huge casts of characters, because I can't keep them straight. And John Gwynn doesn't give a whole lot of description of his characters. So while they all have their own voice, it's very hard to decipher who is who just based on a name, because there's no distinguishing factors within the characters themselves. So that gets confusing. But I'm very happy with my haul. I'm very happy to be continuing to read Valor, and I will probably end up reading the Fire Sermon into March as well, just because I keep trying to get through Valor. And I have the next 2 books, spoiler alert, of the Faithful and the Fallen series coming that my husband bought me. It's gonna be a huge haul, guys, because my husband went above and beyond. And then I went to the buy-sell trade and spent 20 bucks. So, well, that's my update for now. I'll see you guys either for my wrap up and final thoughts or for the next update on how far I get in Valor. Bye. All right, I got my first Owlcrate and I wanted to share it with you guys. I'm not gonna do like a whole unboxing. I'm just gonna show you what was in the box because it got here and I got excited. And oh, I'm so excited for the book, guys. So excited. So this is so very random, but a brush, and you can probably see that I've used it already. But the design is from Stardaughter, and I think it's beautiful. And if you're a girl, it's totally like, who can't use another brush? But, you know, I do think that these boxes are a little on the feminine side, so it's not horrible, but it is something that I'm kind of meh about, even though I enjoy it, but you know. Okay, and then there is a keychain which is adorable, and it's called the Poison Kitchen Souvenir Keychain from The Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. And you guys know how much I love Laini Taylor. But there it is. Very cute. I'm very excited for that. I do love keychains. It can go with my Dragon Age Inquisition keychain on my keychain. And then this came with some bath salts. And it smells so good. It smells so fruity. And I believe it said We Hunt the Flame was the inspiration for it. But oh, I can't wait to use this. This is Spa Day for Trinity. And then this little zipper pouch from Legendborn. It says, fight, take risks, and follow your heart. And I think this is cute. I was not a fan of Legendborn, but I do think this little zipper pouch is adorable. And, you know, again, annotating stuff. Definitely put stuff like that in here. And it's really soft, like leathery feeling, but I dig it. I dig it. Now, the coolest thing in this box, besides the book, is this book 10. And it is based on Red London from Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. Again, I'm not a huge fan of V.E. Schwab, and I really didn't like the series, but this is just awesome. Like a little hidey hole. And when you have a 9-year-old boy, sometimes you just need a few things where you can stash some things he won't get into. But I think this is beautiful, and it's probably not going to be in my library. It's probably going to end up in my husband's game room so he can stash his stuff from his pool table. But the book, guys, the book, it is one I have been so eager to read. The cover is absolutely gorgeous, and the Owlcrate edition of this cover is even more beautiful. But we have the gilded ones. I'm so excited. So I will be doing a book haul very soon. The rest of my books have not come in. They are supposed to arrive this evening. So whenever I get to my book haul, I'll actually talk about what this book is about. But the exclusive edition also has a foiled hardcover. You can see that. Really, really gorgeous. And another reason that I really wanted to get Owlcrate is because the books come signed. And so I really wanted to up my collection of autographed books. I do have a few, But when the books come signed, they're just that much more special. And again, I'm really, really excited to read this. I'm going to be adding this to my March TBR, even though my March TBR is already pretty hefty. But that's what came in my Owlcrate box for February. And let me know if you guys would like me to do like a real unboxing and get real-time reactions to me unboxing everything. But I will let you know that when I opened like the brush, I was like, okay. I mean, my reactions are not drastic. I'm just like, oh, that's cool. But definitely I will do a reaction video for them if you want me to. All right, see you guys in my wrap-up video. Bye. All right, guys, here is my TBR 10 final thoughts, end of the month wrap-up. This month, I was just really busy. I'm gonna say that. Talked about it before. A lot of birthdays this month. Today is my birthday, and I am recording videos for you guys because I just don't have a whole lot of plans with the pandemic being what it is and me not wanting to venture out into the world. I'm staying at home. My husband's playing some video games. He's gonna make me some dinner later on, and he bought me a ton of books, so be on the lookout for a book haul because it's coming. But I've been so busy that I haven't been reading a lot, and it makes me sad. It really does, because I am one of those people that if I don't get to read, I get a little depressed, and then it becomes a vicious cycle. And I know that that's not something to laugh about because this is a real issue, but that's just how I am, and I have to deal with it. And sometimes humor is the only way to deal with it. But I did complete 2 more books on my TBR 10. One is going to have to be pushed to a later date. I don't think I'm going to move it to my TBR 10 for next month because I've already filmed that video. But it's on my Pop Sugar Challenge, so it will get read, and I'm also very excited to read it. However, Valor took a lot of mental power from me. And this is why I don't like books with large casts of characters, and it's because when things get even just a little convoluted, my brain has to process things like double time, and then you add a big cast of characters to it, and I'm sitting here trying to figure out who everybody is and what everybody's doing, and then it just gets jumbled in my brain, and there's nothing I can do about that. But I am so much enjoying the Faithful and the Fallen series. And on that note, I finished Valor today. So I talked about Malice and how much I loved Malice. Now, my reading experience with Valor, I was not enjoying. And I don't want to say that and let you guys think that I didn't enjoy the story. I really enjoyed the story. But the chapters are super short, so we're constantly changing POV. And then there are about 15 different characters that we follow. And so I had a really hard time getting through it. That has nothing to do with the writing. Nothing to do with the writing. The writing is fantastic. It's just choosing to write short chapters with a large cast of characters. My brain has a really hard time keeping up. Now, Malice, I gave 5 stars. Valor, I gave 4 stars. And the reason I gave Malice 5 stars and Valor 4 stars is because Malice really surprised me. I thought that was probably one of the greatest setup novels I've ever read, aside from Blood Song. And I just was blown away by how excellent Malice was. Now, this book is still great. Still great. But this did a lot of things that I am not a huge fan of in fantasy. And that is meandering plot. It does meander a bit. It goes off on side tangents quite a bit. And John Gwynne is not overly descriptive, but there are points of views happening in the same time frame from different people. And I would start to get really confused as to who the people were, because they're all together or not all together, but the ones that I would get confused with were the ones that we just read a POV by this character and they are with this character, and I'd be like, wait, who are we talking about? What are we doing? And the characters, like the chapters, it tells you the POV you're in, but I kept having to go back and look at who these characters were. Anyway, let me stop with my tangent, because 4 stars, I loved it. This is a great follow-up to Malice. I just got the next 2 in this series from my husband for my birthday, so I'm very excited to continue with this series. And I think that this is a series that a lot of people will love. It has a lot of classic fantasy elements that people will thoroughly enjoy. Also, it does something a little different with the Chosen One trope, and I really, really enjoy it. Like, I'm very, very intrigued to see where the rest of this goes. And the only thing I can say about this book right now that wouldn't be spoilery is poor Corbin. Poor Corbin. That's all I can say, but a fantastic book. Fantastic book. Now, the other book that I read for my TBR 10 was The Diabolic by Sj Kincaid. The way this book started out, I have to say, I was nervous. I was very, very nervous with some of the content. And basically, a diabolic is a human that has been genetically engineered to fight and to bond with the person that they're supposed to fight for. Now, it does create a love connection with the person that they are bonded to. That was what I had an issue with. I was like, please, please just take this very carefully. Like, let's not get into what that could look like and how rapey it sounds, because I was not interested in reading something like that. The Diabolic does not do that. I am going to just come right out and say that if you've heard that that's what the relationship setup is, you don't have to worry about Sj Kincaid going there. And the first part of it, though, I was real worried. But as the story progresses, you come to find out that Nemesis, this particular diabolic, actually can feel things that are beyond and outside of the person that she has bonded with. The bond is more like sisters, or for Nemesis anyway, the bond is like sisters. And when Nemesis is sent to take her person's place in the political realm, she comes up against some really dark things in the world that she is in, and figures out, because she's a diabolic, the things that would have happened to her owner should she have been the one that showed up in this world. And it's actually fantastic. It's really, really good. And I understand why this was hyped for so long. I understand why it's seeing a resurgence on BookTube again. Very, very good. Highly recommend it. If you like young adult, this is a very good young adult trilogy. And then I want to talk about the other two books that I didn't complete. One I didn't start, and the other I want to talk about why I haven't completed it yet. So, The Fire Sermon by Francesca Higg. I am enjoying this, but I'm also enjoying the way I'm reading it, reading a chapter before I go to bed at night. I love doing this, and I'm going to be picking a book next month to do that with. And I think it's going to be The City of Dark Magic. I think that is going to be the book that I read before I go to bed. But I'm enjoying the way I'm reading this. I'm not getting very far very quickly, but I think that I really like being able to read a chapter, go to bed, and I can think about that chapter I read without getting fully invested in the story. Not that I'm not fully invested in this story, but I mean, you start reading and you get 50 pages in and you're like, I might as well read another 50 pages. And then by the time you realize that you finished the whole book. But again, this is really good. It's just something that I'm enjoying my experience of as much as I'm enjoying the actual book. So we're gonna keep that going. I really enjoy it. And this and books that I do this with are going to be I finish them when I finish them. Okay, and then the final book that was on my TBR that I did not get to, Theft of Swords by Michael J. Sullivan. Do not worry, this book is going absolutely nowhere. It's on my Pop Sugar reading challenge. I will get to this. I just had so much problems reading Valor that I didn't want to throw another fantasy on top of it because I felt like I would be even more confused than I was when I was reading Valor anyway. But I'm very, very excited to get to this. I'm not going to put this on my March TBR because I have already made my March TBR. You guys have that video already. But I can see myself, if I finish the TBR 10, picking this up or moving it to my April TBR 10. And if I move it to my April TBR 10, I might try to read the whole book because this is a 2-book bind up. And we'll see. We shall see. But that is it for my TBR 10. And I am done with February's TBR 10. If you guys want to know the rest of the books that I read this month for the challenge, I do have videos that show what I will be reading and show the vlogs of me reading those books. So I'm also very tired today. I didn't sleep last night, and not that insomnia has come back to rear its ugly head. I think I was just excited that today is my birthday. But like, subscribe, do all the fun things, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!